Hey, welcome back. Adventures with Dr. Joe. Today we're going to assemble and install the new Troyer vertical guard that has the Connelly II type entrance. The beauty of this is that you don't have to add another piece to prevent starlings from coming in. My first gourds had a round opening. If starlings aren't a problem, starlings were. They came in, they nested, I had to get them out and change my opening. But the new Connelly II is already built in and supposedly at least 88% effective. Let's take a look at what we've got. There are two boxes, one that contains the square aluminum tubing to erect it, and then one large box that contains the gourds, and we're going to look in there. So inside the box, we've got 8 of these perches. We've got the caps that go over the gourds themselves, hardware and instructions, and then check it out. Here they are, the vertical gourds. They're really nice. They've got a huge opening to clean, inspect, take a look, and then these entrances or perch come right onto these just like that. You can see how nice they are. They're substantial, they're big. Martins love these. I've had great success with my first set of Troyer gourds, so I got the improved ones and I'm going to demonstrate that now. We have last year more than 23 Martins that came out of our 8 gourd house. I'm putting a second one up because we were so successful. But one of the main prime reasons is another video I did on preventing snakes from eating your poor Martins. So there's an extra video, you can look that up, but I'm going to install the snake guard as well to prevent the rat snakes or water snakes from basically wiping out our Martin colony. It's just incredibly effective. I caught one huge snake 2 years ago, one last year, and we'll probably get another one this year. Inside the box that contains the hardware are the actual hooks that you mount your gourds on. These are connected, 4 of these together that you can anchor your gourds to, some other connectors, and then this is a sleeve that has some nylon rubbing parts that goes up and down to prevent it from scratching, and you've got a long set of your rope and pulleys here, and then basically a place to wind up the redundant line and the instructions right in here. So let's get started. The gourd assembly is very simple. In this small bag we've got the little gangplank and these other little press to fit plugs right here. So take the perch. There are 2 holes, right at 12 o'clock and one at 6. They line up over the same holes in the gourd. Put the inside one in first, which will go through this set of holes. Here's the gangplank. Put it in that hole there, push this down, that locks it. Then on the top, put the little cap in there, push it in, it's made. Then the screw-on caps, which are huge, just fit right over the entry spot, the area to put some pine needles in, pine straw, and also to inspect your birds and clean it out at the end of the season. Notice the horizontal hole, that's the Connelly II. That's very starling resistant. That's why I selected these, the Troyer vertical gourds. There are 8 of them in this set. Okay, let's look at a finished gourd. First of all, here's the securing pin on top. This is the hole that goes through the gourd where the mounting bar will go, and then just a cotter pin holds it in place. On the bottom, Notice there are these breathing and drainage holes, but also another drainage hole in the very beginning of the entrance or the porch. Again, the horizontally oriented opening that's really starling resistant, yet the martins can sneak through there no problem. And again, the huge cap for inspection and cleaning. It's really, really nice. These are heavy duty. They're injection molded. They are very UV resistant, and they'll last for years. Mine look, the ones I've had already for 2 years still look brand new. Let's put them up. So when we look at the box with the pole in it, the one end that has the smaller rod inside, this is going to be the stake that goes into the ground if you're mounting it, and you can put it in concrete, etc. So this is that stake that goes in the ground. We're not going to use this. We're going to connect this to a post on our pier, but this is what you'd put in concrete, and then the other one slides on top of it, the other pole, the main pole. So if concrete gets inside it, it's okay. But okay, so I've got all the things laid out, the gourds. I've got a whole bag of pine straw. This is the riser block, the cylinder that will go up and down. The rope wind, clevis pins, the little cap for the top, structural supports. These are for the netting that we're going to use to prevent snakes from coming up, which is what saved my martins the last 2 years. These are the hooks that go on the ends of these 4 rods. Here's the pulley and the line to hoist it up, and the hardware. This is something to keep an eye on. There's a little shim here that's held in place with a piece of tape to keep this basically tighter, because the inner square of extruded aluminum is not quite big enough for the outside, so this shim keeps everything nice, so be sure to protect it. And it's held in place by these screws here. First thing I want to do is put these little set screws in here. Don't drop them, they're very small. It comes with its own Allen wrench, and I just put these in till I can just feel them. And these are to hold the perch rods in place. So you can hear our purple martins, they're pretty happy. Take the slider, take these U-bolts, and we've got our hardware here. We're going to use 8 screws and 8 of these locking washers. Put the screws through the holes like this. And then this U-shaped piece goes here, and then we screw it together with 4 nuts. We'll do this to all 4 arms. They're exactly the same. And that's the first step in setting up the attachment points for the gourds on this sliding block. So once you've got the first 3 on, stop, and now we're going to put this bracket that's used for the winching purposes, and have it so basically the flat part is basically toward the main body of this cylinder. You don't need a different size bolts. These bolts are adequate. They're not unduly long, but they're okay. Put those both on there. Tighten them down. And then we're going to basically be in business here. Tighten them down very strongly. Okay, at this point, the directions tell you to do other things, but I disagree somewhat. I want to attach these brackets that connect each of these bars together to stabilize them. And also, these are the mounting rods that hold the gourds in place. I want to install those too before I put it on the rod, because it's just more of a hassle once it's on the pole to work with it. So I do all this right now. I I put the connectors to the gourds in this way for convenience with the screw going through the arm into the lever here to hold the gourd, and then I'll tighten it. And I don't want this to get loose, so I tighten it a lot. Try to keep them horizontal because you want that's how you want the gourds oriented. So we'll continue to do this and then put these connecting bars that go between the U-shaped rods. Okay, when the hub is completed, it should look like this, with the U pieces here connected with this bracket, and then these pieces that will support and hold the gourds. And they can be adjusted a little bit when you have them in place, but they should be basically level. And then of course, this piece of L bracket is connected with a carabiner type thing with a pulley system, which you could put a drop of oil in there, which is a good idea, probably once a year. Okay, you can see I've slid the bar together. Okay, now we're going to put the hub on, but before we do, we need to orient it. The holes with the set screws are up. This hole, all by itself with no set screws, that needs to be up. And it needs to be lined up with this angle iron. And then this bolt goes through there, which is what holds the top pulley in position. So everything's lined up here. This is how it should look with all the lines lined up properly, just like that. Test. I think it's important that you orient this properly. I had to undo this carabiner type device so it would line up properly, but now it's lined up. Now we're going to put the perches in, the end cap, and then we're going to install it. Okay, to tighten this bolt, this eye bolt that holds the pulleys, takes a 9/16 here and a 9/16 here. Now we're going to put the perch rods in, and I'm going to measure them to be sure they're exactly the same on both sides. So 22 3/4 on each side to make them perfectly equal. And then let's tighten down that set screw so it never moves. There we go. Now we'll do the other one. All right, we've got the perches on, the arms on. We're going to put this cap in now. There it is. Looks good. Let's install it. So these are my Martins already. You can see why I need some new houses. So here I've got it assembled, erected. It was probably a comedy to watch it go up. But then once it's up, by the way, I bring the housing all the way down here so it's not top heavy. I put the line winder down here, and now I'm going to put the pine straw in each house, and we're going to mount the houses on these bars. Mount it on the holes. And then a clevis hook, just like that. And we're going to do all the rest and then raise it up. Okay, I've got them all filled with pine straw. We're going to raise it up. Here we go. The other Martins seem pretty happy. And there it is. Hey, if you found that useful, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Thank you. Enjoy your Martins.